your decision process when you guys are going to set up your suspensions. If you're going to go through and put a bunch of parts into it, you want to make sure that what you're doing is going to work right. This is how we tell. First of all, I have the truck currently jacked up to the height of what my leveling kit would give me. So I'm just a hair low. Leveling kit should be at 38 and 1/16. That's what it's at, 36 and 1/16 currently. So I'm just trying to get it as close as I possibly can. One more small pump on the jack and we should be there. Boy, it's fighting me. Okay. I'm at 38, but I want to get this thing as close as I can to the stock increase here. I don't want to go over though. All right, so 38 and 1/16. So it is supposed to be at 36 and 1/16 on this corner. By doing a 2-inch leveling kit, I bring this up. We can already see, guys, we can see our suspension a lot easier. We can see our coils, our struts. We can see the horn a lot easier, and we can see the mounts for the control arms. We're seeing that because we've brought this front end up. Back here, our measurement comes out at 36 or 38 and a half. So 38 and a half in the rear here. When we look at our level, we're a little low yet. Yeah, we're just a hair low, guys. If we brought the front end up just a bit more, we could get it. But here's the thing. That measurement is going to be very dictated on how far you bring the front end up. We don't want to go to 3 inches because 3 inches is going to open our front wheel well more, and we're going to get what they call a California squat or a Carolina lean, whatever you call it. It looks horrible when you squat the back of your truck. Don't do that. If you're spending the money to put a lift kit in the front, just put the blocks and the shocks in the back and be done. It looks a lot better, it's more professional, and it's a lot safer. When that vehicle is squatted in the back, what happens is people don't realize how much weight we are transferring by leveling this. Now, if you squat it, you put additional weight in the back, and that does wear out your rear axle, your pinion bearings, everything. It really does wreak havoc on your truck when you put that much weight towards the rear of the vehicle. When you level it like it is now, you're not putting enough additional weight in the back to do damage, and you're able to actually go through more stuff. The reason why is you're not going to drag the bottom side of the truck because you brought the front up. You're not going to snowplow with your front. This is why I'm doing the leveling kit, guys. And if I decide to pull a trailer, I don't have to worry too much because this truck already has airbags in it. So I'm already good. I can put air in the bags. If I decide to pull a car trailer, if we decide to hook up LS Goat on a trailer and haul it someplace, I have all the hookups. I have everything I need. All that this would do is level the truck so that I have more ground clearance when I'm driving around. And honestly, I like the look of a leveled truck more than a lifted. So how did I get to this point? How did I decide what components I was going to buy? Well, I knew already if I go more than an inch, I can't adjust the suspension for anything that I do above 1 inch. Knowing that fact, I needed to bring this up 2 inches in the front. I bought 2-inch blocks, new struts, and I bought the upper control arms that work with a 2 to 4-inch lift. What that does is gives me all the proper components up front to make sure that I'm not going to have suspension issues, that I'm not going to have alignment issues, that I'm not going to wear out tires. You need to do the process completely in order to get a good quality finished product. I don't like it when the weight is all on the nose because it's nose diving. The other reason I like leveling kits is it does transfer some of that weight to the rear axle, meaning I won't need to put it into 4-wheel drive right away. I'll be able to drive around as long as I can in 2-wheel drive before having to rely on the 4-wheel drive. It's not that I don't want to use it, it's that the more you use those components and the more you engage your 4-wheel drive and drive down the road with it, the more you're going to wear out other components. So it's advised not to use the 4-wheel drive all the time. It's easier on it, it's cheaper on fuel if you can maintain the 2-wheel drive. Transferring some of that weight in the back, I won't slip as easy in mud, snow, ice, things like that. I really hope this makes sense. I hope this helps you guys figure out how to figure out a leveling kit versus a lift kit and what you need to do to be able to put the right components in it. Knowing this stuff is half the battle.